Hi Gemini, welcome to Lit Intuition Tarot. My name is Kay, and today I'm going to be doing your guys' weekly general reading. As you'll see in the description box below, on my tentative schedule, I do one of these per week, and I also do one love reading for y'all per week. Today is quite hectic for me because I have several packages arriving and so on and so forth, so I'm kind of putting these readings in between things, and so I decided to just go with a classic Celtic cross reading for this week. But formats and spreads will vary from week to week on what kind of reading I'll be doing, so hopefully this reading resonates with you. If it does, please like, share, subscribe, tap the notification bell, but if not, please check me back another week. Also down below there is a list of the decks that I use, starting with the Santa Muerte Tarot, which is what I'm using today for y'all. There's also instructions on how to donate to my channel if so inclined, and a link to my website where you can book a personal reading with me or order a personalized avatar birth chart. Got one more shuffle to go. Hope you guys are having a good holiday season so far if you celebrate. One of the packages that I was expecting today that's still on the way is 2 more tarot decks, and I was hoping to use that for you guys, but I've already gotten one. So today we're going to be clarifying with the Pocket Edition Light Seers Tarot, and I've already pre-shuffled that because they are brand new. I wanted to make sure they were well shuffled, and I didn't want to take that much of your guys' time during this reading, Gemini. So, and we'll get to those to clarify in a moment. Let's get started with your weekly reading. Spirit, please show me Gemini this week. Okay, you have the Ten of Cups flip over. That's Pisces energy. Thank you, Spirit. Please show me the Challenger obstacle. Okay, next we have the Ace of Wands that flipped over. That's Aries, Leo, Sagittarius. Are we in a pretty happy, stable situation, Gemini, but something else is catching our interest elsewhere? I don't know yet. Alright, at the crown we have the Empress, major arcana for Libra and Taurus. Please show me Gemini this week. Alright, in the below position we have the Four of Pentacles. I love the art on that card. You might not be able to see it very well. But that's Capricorn energy. Show me Gemini this week, recent past. Oops. Got a couple that fell out. I'm not going to take those. Let me try again. Spirit, please show me Gemini this week, recent past. And we've got the Eight of Pentacles, Virgo energy. Okay. You've been working hard and hardly working, Gemini? Alright. Saving for something, maybe. Alright. So, in your near future, we've got the Knight of Swords. That's Aquarius, Gemini, and Libra. I'll go into my interpretation of this spread, of course, more so as the clarifiers come out. But so for excuse me if I could speak, so far I am starting to get a little bit of an idea here. A lot more fast-moving energy here with your outlook or approach being the Eight of Wands. That's Sagittarius energy. Interesting. So you've got Virgo. Okay, just taking a look at something. I was just noticing like a lot of mutable energies, like Pisces, Virgo, and Sagittarius, and of course Gemini, you are as well. It doesn't have to be significant though, it's just something that caught my attention. In your house or environment, you've got the Tower card, major arcana for Aries and Scorpio. Somebody's having a bad day or a bad week. Maybe it's not bad. Maybe somebody's just shocked by something. Is it by something that you've done, Gemini? I don't know. Let's find out. I'm sorry, I'm in a very good mood, so it's making me a little goofy today. This isn't really my favorite time of year, but I'm not a Grinch about it either, and I did treat myself to some things, that being tarot decks included. Some people say you should be given tarot decks and not order them yourself, but there's just a lot of decks that I want that I can't wait for other people to give me, so I'm sorry. Alright, so now in Hopes and Fears we have the Eight of Swords. That's your energy, Gemini. Cain! Stop! My cat's trying to get into the kitchen cabinets. I might have to go retrieve him in a moment if he continues. Please show me the final outcome. And we have the Devil coming out. Major Arcana for Capricorn energy. I'm going to flip over the 3 at the bottom of the deck for what we don't see coming. And then I'm going to go grab my annoying cat. We've got the 7 of Wands, Leo energy. I believe Aquarius had that there as well. Then we've got the 2 of Swords, Libra energy. Somebody's holding out because they haven't made a decision, perhaps. And then we have the Hermit, Major Arcana for Virgo, excuse me. Let me grab my feline, and I shall return in less than a minute. I can't pause this, so I don't want to make it part 2 for such a short video. I'll be right back. Sorry, Gemini. Cain? Yeah, you know better, too. That's why he went running. He knows not to get in the cabinet, so as soon as I got up and started to approach him, he jumped down. Okay. Now, please let me do this reading for Gemini in peace. Alright, so now we've got... Let me tuck away this big tarot real quick to make more room. As I said, pre-shuffle, Light Seers deck. Let's clarify some of this for you, Gemini. Tell me about this Ace of Wands for Gemini's obstacle or challenge, please, Spirit. First time ever using this deck. Oh, that was interesting. Okay. We've got the Lovers. And that's Major Arcana for you guys. Gemini. Now, it's kind of funny, at the beginning I said maybe you're in a stable, happy situation, but there might be like a temptation, a choice to make about like a passionate spark somewhere. So I make absolutely no judgment whatsoever, and so please don't be offended when I say that if somebody out there is contemplating any kind of infidelity, this kind of energy might make sense. Or it could also just talk about, you know, being really happy in your family or whatever, but sort of feeling like a spark of interest towards something new, like something more, and not necessarily another person. So with the Lovers having to choose, you know, I want to keep the stability and happiness of my family or community or relationship or whatever the Ten of Cups represents for you. It's a card about emotional fulfillment. I want to keep that stable. So do I take this chance and go back to school, or do this or do that, or get a job to increase the income around here? You know, whatever that is, there's a choice, and it's a big choice because it's Major Arcana. It's your own energy. So you might find yourself kind of wavering back and forth on something. But we've got more to come here, so let's go ahead and clarify this Empress. As you know, the Empress is all 4 queens of the deck, male or female, whatever you are, Gemini. It doesn't matter here. It's just an energy of someone who's very nurturing and abundant. You know, it's about growth, beauty. Okay. We've got the Page of Cups clarifying it. I love this little deck. It's so cute. Okay. Right now, it looks like Spirit is saying that the goal or best possible outcome is for you to really embrace this Ten of Cups energy. You know, there is the potential of growth, though, with the Empress. With the Page of Cups, maybe this could be about approaching someone else involved, because the Ten of Cups is not really a singular energy as far as emotional fulfillment goes. It generally applies to, as I said before, group, family, community. So the Page of Cups is saying, you know, maybe you might want to approach someone in a loving, kind way. The Page of Cups is Cancer, Pisces, Scorpio. It's a water energy. It's about emotions. So you might want to approach, you know, as this loving Empress. Like I said, gender doesn't matter. With the Page of Cups kind of energy, sort of like, hey, I'd like to bring this up. You know, this is something I think could contribute to the group or the family or a relationship. It might even be about having a child that's just coming to me now, because the Empress is a mother. You know, you can be an Empress form and not be a mother yet, you know, like as a potential, but often the Empress can represent a mothering energy. And a page can sometimes represent a child. So it could even be, should we cement this union, this lover's union, you know, by this spark of creativity, the Ace of Wands, you know, do we want to get pregnant? Do we want to bring a child into this world? All right, Spirit, please show me this Four of Pentacles, though. So below in your subconscious, there's this Four of Pentacles. And for me, that can kind of go either way. It can either be about sort of greedy, about your being sort of greedy about your energy and withholding in some way or another. Or it can be about, you know, I've reached a certain level of stability where I'm not really in a position to let it go and be particularly generous right now. But it doesn't have to be about greed. It can just be about, you know, I reached where I've got a nice foundation built. But since you're already sitting in the general energy of the Ten of Cups, that could either be then that's where you're at, or that's like what you're sort of dreaming about with the new addition to your family. Take that as it resonates. We have the Knight of Swords clarifying the Four of Pentacles. Aquarius, Gemini, sometimes Libra energy. So you're holding on to something tightly, but you're feeling like restless about it. You want to figure it out. You want to get the truth. You want to show the truth to someone else. You want them to provide truth to you. And so it could be sort of like, all right, let's take the child example and run with that. Take it as it resonates, whatever applies. Maybe it's like, okay, so I've got all these facts I figured out, you know. This is what I should do to eat better. This is the doctor I'd want to see, and so on and so forth. So now I want to take this information to my partner, or maybe I've recently found out that I'm expecting, and so I want to rush and tell everyone. But you know, it's kind of disparate with that Four of Pentacles energy. It's like maybe holding back something, but really not wanting to. There's something within you that wants to take flight and like tell people. Okay, so behind you have the Eight of Pentacles, Virgo energy. That's about working hard at mastering something. Perhaps you've been saving up in order to have a child, or in order to bring a new addition to your family, or to your to your community. It could be a project you've been working on. So could these other things I've been referring to with the Empress can be about giving birth to something, particularly if you're not of childbearing age or have no interest in that. It can be about birthing like a special project. Now we have the Knight of Swords repeated as your near future energy. So it looks like you might be making the decision, if the energy continues to flow this way, to go ahead and spill the beans. Spirit, please. Okay, that came out quick. We've got the Hanged Man. Wow, once again that push and pull, like we had in the below position, because the Hanged Man is a very like still energy. It can represent being stuck, or it can represent receiving enlightenment about something. However, I do take up to 3 cards. Spirit knows this. If I get like 5 that flip over, I just take the top one. But if I have 3 or less, I take them all. And so the card underneath the Hanged Man came out the Wheel. Wheel of Fortune, Sagittarius energy, Major Arcana. So it looks like in a sudden stroke of like, you know, like it's like a change, a big change. Like with the Wheel of Fortune, the wheel turns. You're getting this enlightened perspective on things. Maybe you've received this information you were hoping for, or you have information to share. And like I said before, it looks like you're gonna go with it. You're gonna go for it. Okay. With the Eight of Wands, also that kind of backs that up, because of that being your approach or outlook. That's about communication. Looks like you've got some news to share. Excuse me. And I do want to clarify this Tower. That pretty much sums up that there. The Eight of Wands. So who is having this Tower, or what is this energy about? Spirit, please clarify the Tower. 3 cards or less, or I'll take the top. Oh, this deck is just, it's beautiful, and it's really easy to, a little difficult on the first shuffle, but that's normal. Okay, so I got a few flip over, so I'm just taking the top. We've got the Three of Swords. Wow, this is juicy, Gemini. I'm sorry, I don't mean to make light of it. If it's, you know, something you're experiencing, perhaps it's not all that exciting, especially if you're this other person. Because the Tower it's not always negative. It seems like it usually leans that way, but in this case with the Three of Swords, somebody is having like a shock. Like there's some kind of revelation, that's being revealed to them, or they're they've had a recent event that they're just like, they're upset about. Like, it leaves them feeling heartbroken and pain. Oh, wow. Okay, so this could be either another energy that sees that, you know, maybe you're having a child or starting a new project, or, you know, you're really happy and secure in your family, and maybe this person's heartbroken because they are holding a flame for you. I don't know, the Tower it can vary in intensity, and that might sound kind of mundane compared to the drama and the beauty of creating new life or a new project, but at the same time, for the person experiencing it, you know, it's not a small thing. So there could be somebody that's heartbroken by whatever this news is that you're wanting to share, Gemini. I'm also seeing that tying back into, you know, as the Ace of Wands with the Lovers clarifying. It's like there could have even been a choice that was an obstacle of, you know, maybe going back to an old situation or love, or, but I don't see you really being in that energy so much because of all this other beautiful stuff going on. Hopes and fears, 8 of Swords. Okay, so being trapped in your head or literally trapped, like imprisoned. I'm not picking up that vibe here though, so I'm clarifying for you guys more than the others. Maybe it's just because I'm enjoying this little new deck so much, but regardless of the reason, Spirit, please clarify the 8 of Swords for Gemini, hopes and fears. Okay, we have the High Priestess. Major Arcana for Cancer, Pisces energy. And with the Devil next, ooh, let me meditate on this for a second. You know what, before I say anything, I'm going to clarify the Devil too. Spirit, please clarify the Devil. Oh, okay. The Devil is clarified by the Moon. More Cancer, Pisces energy. Okay, and the Ace of Swords. Gemini, Libra, Aquarius. So there's still a little bit of a fear about maybe revealing this information, being stuck in a position where you're not able to reveal this information, because the near future shows that you're going to do it. But like with current hopes and fears, it's kind of like with the High Priestess and the 8 of Swords, like being stuck, like not being able to give this news or information for whatever reason. So it's like you really, really want to, but it's like, maybe I should keep my moves hidden. Maybe I should keep this silent. You know, intuitively, like, is this gonna be some kind of situation that I'm gonna get stuck or trapped or get egg on my face, or and with the Devil and the Moon and the Ace of Swords as your final outcome, so truth is gonna come out. It is gonna come through, but I don't know if everybody's gonna be happy about it. It looks like it's gonna cause some fears and anxieties, and could even lead to like some toxic type of behavior. Somebody might be hiding the truth from themselves, and that could lead to sort of like self-sabotage, or them like acting out in a manner that isn't appropriate to the news. So say even you're in a really happy, loving, stable commitment relationship with this 10 of Cups, or at least that's how you feel, but you reveal the information to this person that you're having a child or that you're starting a new business or whatever the case may be. This person may not react in a positive way at first. It might be kind of like, oh, wow, I'm going to be a father. We talked about this or didn't. I wanted this or didn't. But now that we're here, I feel like I need to go out and have a huge party and get wasted before I have to become a father and be responsible, or mother. You know, gender doesn't matter in tarot. Like, just take it as it resonates. That could even be your energy, although I don't think so, because you seem really happy and really bursting with this information to share. Yeah, Gemini, just be ready for like a wild ride here, because you might be under the impression that, you know, also with this High Priestess and this 8 of Swords, it's kind of like with a hope and a fear. If I do tell this person, like if I, like almost you're sensing in a way that this person might feel trapped or stuck by this information, like down, like deep down. And that could be why in your subconscious too, we started out with this 4 of Pentacles energy, like, oh, do I hold on to this? Do I hold on to this? Do I keep it to myself? but like I said, breaking through that Knight of Swords. And this could also even be almost sort of like a cautionary warning, Gemini. Now, obviously, if you are expecting a child in that particular scenario, this might not be information that you feel is appropriate to keep to yourself from your partner, which is very understandable. But if that's not the case, and that's only going to be, for a few people, if that situation doesn't resonate with you, excuse me, you might want to actually take a longer pause. It might make you feel like you're stuck for a minute, but keeping that information to yourself might actually be wise here, because even though you can't be responsible for someone else's reaction, and you're therefore not, you're, in other words, what somebody else does, you can't control, so it's not on you. But if it makes it easier for you, you might want to actually kind of hold off on this revelation, because it might provoke a really unexpected reaction from someone else. And that's being further driven home to me by these cards, what you don't see coming at the bottom. With the Seven of Wands, the Two of Swords, and the Hermit, this other individual, I'm seeing this as their energy, and I do not telepathically tap into or try to read or channel anyone else's specific thoughts or feelings about a situation. I describe why in my full mission statement on my website linked below. It just has to do with not doing something without someone else's knowledge or consent. And that's not a digression. I feel it's important to explain here, because I do feel like this is the other person's energy. But I mean, what the cards are saying is that this might provoke a reaction where someone protects themselves, goes into a stalemate energy of not wanting to make a decision, and then kind of goes underground into hermit mode. This can be frustrating for you if you're very excited about this news or expected it to strengthen some type of bond or relationship. It might leave you feeling kind of stuck for a while, like I said before. But this is only a weak reading, and energy is fluid. It changes all the time. Not to mention that tarot is for entertainment purposes only, and final outcomes are not set, since free will is always at play. Now, having said that, I'm just going to pull two from the bottom of this mini Light Seers deck for what you don't see coming. See if we can get any more clarification on that. We've got the Ten of Pentacles, which is Virgo energy, and we've got Judgment, Major Arcana for Scorpio. I think there, Spirit's giving a little bit of encouragement, Gemini. It's not the Ten of Cups again, but it's kind of like saying, okay, this situation, it's going to be reckoned with. There's going to be a final decision made that there's no coming back from. And it looks like that has to do with the Ten of Pentacles, which is, of course, about, family legacy, generational wealth, having everything you could ever need or want. It's one of the most positive cards in the deck. So I think Spirit is saying, for now, it looks like the way the scales are balanced, that it's going to come out more on the positive end, that you're going to receive, everything's going to come back together in a way that's very beneficial for you, Gemini. So, not trying to sugarcoat, that's just what the cards say. You can't really argue too much with the Ten of Pentacles. So I'm going to leave your reading there. Just to note, too, I glanced at the bottom. I'm not really including it as this reading, but it's the Empress at the bottom also. So if I would have taken out 3 cards, you would have seen that as well. And that is, once again, a beautiful card that talks about growth, nurturing, abundance. Okay, so if you made it this far, Gemini, I greatly appreciate your time and attention, and would love it if you would hit the thumbs up, subscribe, I'm trying to grow, hit the notification bell. I'll see you guys again soon. Happy holidays, and have a great rest of your day. Bye, Gemini.